we are in Suffolk today. I'm out with the one and only River Alpha, Mr. Tim Jackson. You might recognise Tim from a few videos. We've been on the Y together, we go to the woods together quite a lot. Timmy had a set up at the winter camp as well. So yeah, we're out in a nice hazel wood. It's a bit of a mix of hazel and ash in here. We've come to get a bit bushcrafty, haven't we, Tim?
Yep.
Come for a nice little chill one. It's like mid-20s, which probably ain't that hot for a lot of you, but it's hot to us. Yeah, just about to get set up. I think I'm going to go for a different setup today, something I've never actually seen before. Way more complex than it needs to be. It's not that complex, but rather than just putting a ridge line up, I'm going to go for a plough setup with the tarp, but I'm going to make 2 tripods with a crossbar between them and then pitch off of that, because why not? We've got loads of straight hazel here. It'll be a nice thing to do. Should look quite good. So yeah, Tim's just cracking on. I'm going to clear myself a little bit of a space and get sorted, so catch you in a sec. Before some of you think I'm some tree murderer, this is hazel, so it'll grow back with fresh shoots. So we're just doing a little bit of coppicing. I'm collecting my 6 pieces for my 2 tripods, and then I want one slightly chunkier for the crossbar to go at the top. I'll get a little bit of soil or earth and rub it into the cut. Again, it just doesn't catch the eye that easy, and it just looks a bit better. Some nice ash here as well. We'll burn it up later. Loads of cramp balls on here.
What a creamer.
I got this from you, Timmy. Yeah, good bit of kit. I'm a bit slack recently, like I do most of my tool maintenance when I'm out now.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, it's nice sometimes when you're sitting in the afternoon and there's not much to do, you can spend a bit of time on it and that. Here we are, the double tripod crossbar plough setup. Over engineered for what it is, but hey, we do it because it's fun and we love it. Isn't that right, Tim?
Oh, we do.
Tim's got the multicam tarp, DD, 2 ground mats. Nice little setup.
One journeyman, which is the woolly one, and then a Thornhill, which is the tartan one.
Nice. Fireplace in the middle. And then I've got my brown DD 3x3 as well. Just got the pelt, and I've brought my merino blanket, and then because I've gone all out, I've brought the cushion from the sofa. I'm sorry, Tim Jackson. I am for real.
I really like this wood, Craig.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? No, real nice spot there.
Oh, I'm glad you saw this spot.
It's a nice little nook. That's what they're my favourite sort of spots, the ones that have got like a nice little nook. And what's really cool about this woods is it was planted by the Romans, because they opened a vineyard up the road, and they wanted all the hazel to make the fences. So it's an ancient woodland, and it's lovely. We're a bit late to the woodlands this year for maximum prettiness, because we've missed all the bluebells. You can just see the remnants of them. I think it's pretty cool looking, the setup. We kind of went for this because it's mirrored. Welcome back home, love. So the idea of adding another crossbar between the two setups means that we can hang the pot that Timmy's going to put on there tonight. Because we're doing what? Chicken stew, Tim?
Chicken and bacon stew.
Chicken and bacon stew.
Got it, yeah?
Yeah, buddy.
There she goes.
Chop that leek, chop that leek, chop that. You should crack one of your beers, Tim.
I'll finish my coffee first, and I will.
Alright, I'll hold you to that. Shout out the button mushroom. I'm sorry, Tim Jackson. 4-pack of hop, skip and juice. This is actually the last one. So I might crack into the Beaver Town. 4.
I'll be your treasure. Start with that, see you get on.
Rivet Alpha, Mr. Tim Jackson.
A bit more?
Annihilating the
Yeah, a
scran.
little bit more.
Pulling out all the stops for the chicken stew. Go on, lad. Volcanic lava. There's a lot of steam coming off it. Whew. Yeah, buddy. I was saying to Tim earlier as well, I went a little bit overboard on the tripods because I put some points on them. And being tripods, they don't normally need a point, do they, Tim?
Not really.
You know, I like a really tight tarp setup, and I wasn't sure so much about just having them as they are. Tim's proved that I didn't need to do it, but, you know, it's fun to use the axe anyway. I fell into my tripod earlier, and it is still standing. So I'm just going to finish my food, and in the meantime, I'm going to fade you into a few clips that I recorded the other night. I went for a little solo in between 12-hour shifts, and it's a little woodland about 5 minutes from my work. But yeah, here you go. You joined me for a very quick overnighter. I've come straight from work. I'm only about 5 minutes away from work, 5-minute drive, and I've come to a brand new spot. I've known about this woods for 8, nearly 9 years now, and I've never camped here. It's a lovely mixed woodland. There's loads of different types of nice trees in here. There's a footpath, only, I don't know, 100 metres just over there. And when I first came, the car park had a few cars in it. So I was pretty quick to get all my stuff together and leave. And there was a camper van in there and a couple, which I'm guessing are staying in the car park for the night. So I wanted to scurry off real quick. Sorry if you can hear the road noise. I'm only about 75 metres off the road. I brought the oilskin tarp back out. I'm hating the fact that I've left the camper van in the car park. I'm a little bit twitchy about that because I'm just outside of town. This is like the first sort of country-esque place you can pull in and walk about, and I've seen cars here late at night before when I've been passing through, so I'll have to be checking up on the van tonight. However, let's get stuck into it. I'm gonna set my tarp up probably just here because there's loads of wood around here. I brought the billy can with me. I've brought 2 of them mini pepperoni pizzas, so I'm gonna put my rough timber shelf inside the billy can and then cook the pizzas on there. Hopefully we don't get spotted. Hopefully there's no trail cams about. Hopefully there's no people like wardening this place at night or anything. I've got work in the morning as well, so this is a real quick one. It's just gone 6 PM and I'm gonna be up at 3:30. So yeah, we've got a nice backdrop behind us there. That kind of goes into a bit of an open, scattered woodland. The road is just over there. It started raining earlier, like spitting on, which was quite weird. It felt like I was abroad. And what's going on with this ridge line? Oh, the loop's come undone. There we are. Well, here's the setup. Back out in the bivvy bag. I've gone for a nice, airy, spacious tarp setup there. Pretty much just got it flat with a stake in the middle. Ridge line at the front. I've just got 2 bungees pulling it at the back. And I'm camping right next to a few hornbeam trees. The leaves have a similar shape to beech, although there are these serrated edges on the leaf. It's a nice hardwood, nice and slow burning. I did bring the Thermarest mat. I'm on the blow up, just because it's quite a rock hard floor, and it was in the van. On top of the one Tigris mat, ishbivvy bag, and I've got my sleeping bag. And really, I should have brought just a blanket, but as I say, that's what was in the van. So although it is nice weather, this is an ancient woodland, and it's just one of them woodlands that's got a rock hard forest floor. So it's literally a case of brushing the scrub back. Don't even need to dig down on here, it's so hard compact, honestly, it's almost like concrete underneath. I've just got myself a mixture of some birch, some sycamore, some hornbeam, a couple of bits of oak in there, and it's all just locally sourced, literally within 20 metres. I've just broken up loads of branches there. I've got a nice big chunky bit at the back, just so I can rest them on, just to give it a little bit of lift to get the airflow through the fire. I'm not going to light that until later on. It is still pretty early, about 6:30ish. I've heard, I don't know if it was a farmer or someone like mucking about in the woods over there, so I don't really want to light it yet. I'm going to sit on it for a bit. I'm going to go for a little walk around the woods. I'm pretty chuffed with the setup though. It's been ages since I did a nice high elevated tarp setup, so pretty chuffed with that. It's nice, this little nook that I'm in, because it's all overgrown behind with nettles before it goes out into the wide open, so I kind of feel like I'm a little bit secluded and set back here, and they're the sort of spots that I like to find, little nooks or little corners. You know, I don't like feeling like 360 can see me, do you know what I mean? I brought 4 beers with me. I always say that I don't drink on a work night, but it's nice weather. I'm not getting drunk, I've only got 4 beers, but they are from my local brewery, Green King, in the town near me, Bury St Edmunds, and I've got, what have I got? Icebreaker Pale. Right, let's leave camp, and I'm going to go and grab a cushion from the van, because I don't have a pillow with me, and there's a cushion in the van on the seat. So let's have a little wander through the woods, pick up the track, maybe we'll stop off and look at some trees, pick up a stick to leave on the track so I remember where to cut back into the woods on the way back. Always good to have a backup, he says, as he can't even find his way back to the track. Oh, there's some ash as well. 2 big ash trees. 3, 4. Really tall as well. And I know it's hot weather and it's mid-season, but they are relentless in here. I've been bitten loads already. But before we go back to the van, let's have a little walk up this track, because this is where I was hearing all the noises earlier. Sounded quite busy. Oh, there's a few tracks like everywhere. Here, have a look at this. Looks well maintained. There's some barrels in the middle there. Oh, I can see some deer. I can see a muntjac. Apart from the road noise, it's really peaceful. You can still hear the sound of all the birds behind me. It's just unfortunate that that road's right there. Well, I can already see the stick up ahead. We've got the cushion, so we'll have a nice little pillow tonight. I can hear dogs barking, but it's a good way up there. Yeah, keep pushing through this hanging bit of holly. Yes, look at that for a spot. Ching. The beacons of Minas Tirith are lit. Gondor calls for aid. And I can hear 2 buzzards talking to each other up in the canopy. You know, when you get bit on the knuckle, it's so itchy. grabbing a beer. Nice naughty camp on a school night. I'm buzzing to be out, like, yeah, even though it's just a quick one, still it's going to be nice. I'm going to do everything just in quicker time, not so much lounging about. I was straight here, set up, campfire sorted-ish, still going to need a bit more wood, and yeah, proper squared away. Quick time before I walked back to the van and had a little mooch around the woods and that. And obviously, they are only mozzies. We're not in Canada. We don't have to deal with bears and stuff. But still annoying. When I was walking back to the van, I bumped into a guy out walking his dog, and he told me that there's some red deer in this wood as well. But he said they were way over the back there. I smashed my fuel hand, the glass in the end, unfortunately. I was unpacking my Bergen at home in the garden. I put the fuel hand lantern down and it tipped over and smashed the glass. So gutted, I've got to get a replacement glass for that. Although, to be honest, the price of a brand new fuel hand sitting at about 37 quid, I might just buy a new one because the arms had started coming away from the fuel tank and it was just getting a bit old and a bit almost unserviceable. So I think I might treat myself to a new one. God, they keep attacking my back. Ow! Straight through the t-shirt. Got the fleece on. Oh, is that a tick? There's a tick on my hand. It's not latched on yet though. See you, mate. That's not a good sign. I'm definitely getting ticks. Oh man, why didn't I bring a mesh tent or something? That's a good idea actually. I'm going to bust out the DD A-frame mesh tent soon, because that was a great little summer shelter last year. I loved staying in that, and I like how you can fit it to the ridgeline, and I'll bring it out. I'll do another camp with that. The birds at this time of the day, just before it gets dark, is so nice. That's for you, Adam. Well, this is pretty interesting. It's another little challenge not having a head torch, isn't it? There's something else you've got to use a hand for. I mean, I can hang the lantern up here, which gives me a bit of light shining down. I smashed one of them little pizzas as well. Works wonders in them billy cans. And it was the Chicago Town pepperoni ones. It does look like there's a dark shadow of a person through there. But you know, sometimes when you're just sitting in the woods and you start looking around, you see all sorts of mad stuff, don't you? Start tripping balls. I'm going to sleep well tonight, I know that. I'm quite looking forward to bed, to be honest. Let's put a nice little piece of oak on. Taste is so wide. If I just let my like list play, it will go from like soft acoustic to screamo.
I took the front off my shim once with a BMX pedal.
Did you? We've pretty much just finished packing up. We're just going to sort this fire out. We're going to go for a bit of a wild swim down at my local swimming spot, which is only about 4 or 5 miles from here. We had a breakfast this morning, didn't really film any of it. Well, I didn't film any of it, but it wasn't the best. So it doesn't matter. It was just
great.
Yeah, we were just saying we were buzzing with this camp.